It's best friend versus best friend, with Chicago stand-up comedian Kristen Toomey taking on her bestie, Chicago actor and producer Danny Rhodes, in I Love Lucy and Halloween franchise movie trivia. This is Trivia with Buds. It be everybody. Thanks for listening to this very special episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. You're listening to my voice. My name is Ryan Buds. I'm a trivia host. I'm a comedian. I'm a television producer in the Los Angeles area, and I'm so glad you decided to check out this trivia show. Someone just told me recently, I think my friend Mike Bobbitt, who's a fellow friend and comedian, he said if you search trivia podcast on the podcast app, my show comes up a number 5. So thanks, Mike Bobbitt, for letting me know that amazing fact. If you are looking for some pop culture madness on your road trip, on your dog walk, on your workout, you've come to the right place. We've put out 40 other episodes of this show. So if you clicked on this one and you said, ooh, I like I Love Lucy, or I like the Halloween movie franchise, I think you should listen to this one. And you should go through the feed and look at the other 40 episodes and all the different topics we've done. We've done so many amazing topics. If you like wrestling, there's a WWE episode. If you like Seinfeld, that's in the same episode. Those go against each other with two friends of mine named Casey O'Connor and Eric Berry. First episode of the show ever. If you like Stallone movies, if you like Bon Jovi, those are my brothers. That was episode 10. They went head-to-head in those topics. If you like Tenacious D and marine biology, we got that for you too. A little bit of something for everybody, from Christmas movies to Saturday Night Live to Disneyland to tons of stuff. And this show will go on forever because there's so many things that exist. And I'm so glad you decided to check it out. If you like it, leave a comment on any link you found it on. If you found it on YouTube, if you found it on Twitter, on Facebook, all that good stuff, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought. Rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Google Play, wherever you listen to podcasts. If you can hear my cat, that's my cat Simon. He's meowing at me because he wants to be fed, but it's like 1 a.m, so I'm not feeding him anything. He's about 16. My wife got Simon when she was freshman in high school, which is insane that he's still around and kicking. Speaking of kicking, we just got kicked out of our house, everybody. We got evicted. That's right. We've been evicted, which is not as bad as it sounds. Basically, we rent a house, and the people that own the house want to sell it. So they said, hey, you have to get out in 60 days. So now we have to find a new house. So if you have a house to rent that's like 4 bedrooms, let me know in the LA area, because I'm looking right now. Hopefully we find something soon. Mario Kart 8 is on my bullet points for today's episode. I love Mario Kart, and the new one just came out, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. I highly recommend it. I've been playing online since it came out Friday. It's super fun. If you want my friend code, it is in the show notes to this episode. I'll put it in there, and you just have to enter me as a friend, and then we can play anytime you want. May the 4th be with you is this Thursday. May 4th is a fun Star Wars fan day, and because it is coming up this Thursday, the whole week long, I'm doing May the 4th be with you tribute trivia to the Star Wars universe. All 5 rounds are Star Wars related at all my nights all around Los Angeles. Check out triviawithbuds.com if you want to see all the different places that I'm at. We have a new sponsor for the show. Minty Tees is a good t-shirt company in the West Covina area. It is a friend of mine named Sean Arenas who runs this company, and they printed a ton of my trivia shirts that I've given away and sold in the past. So if you ever bought a trivia t-shirt from me, it was from Minty Tees. If you are looking for a fun shirt, maybe for Father's Day, they have a best-selling shirt. They sell thousands. I think they sold 10,000 of these shirts last year. They say world's greatest farter. Father? World's greatest farter, I mean father. That's what it says. So it's a nice little fart joke for your pops. If you like a shirt like that, if you like novelty shirts, if you like quick jokes like that on a shirt, they have so many different ones. And any shirt you buy on their website, or any order you place, or any giant order, maybe your softball team needs shirts, maybe you need jerseys. Check that out, and mintytees.com is the website. Use the promo code BUDS, B-U-D-D-S, that's my name, to get 10% off your order. mintytees.com, promo code BUDS, 10% off of your t-shirt order. You can customize, you can make them on their website, anything you want it to say, or you can go and check out all the amazing designs they already have in place. mintytees.com, use the promo code BUDS. That is my big ad for this week. I was in Chicago just a couple weeks ago. I can't believe I've been home for 2 weeks already. Had an amazing time doing a bunch of great podcasts and comedy shows. I got to headline the Chicago Improv for the first time. That was amazing. And one of the really cool things I got to do is I got to speak and moderate at a panel. I got to moderate a panel of high school students who took my friend Eric Callenborn's class at Allen B. Shepherd High School, the high school I went to in the south suburbs of Chicago. He incorporates comics in his classroom curriculum, and he's part of a big movement called Pop Culture Classroom, which I think is based out of Colorado. And he had me moderate this panel of students that have taken his classes and how they got more out of learning by using graphic novels and comics in the classroom instead of just the regular plain old text. So that was really fun to do. And because I got to do that, I got to walk around C2E2, this giant convention in Chicago, and they happen to have some wrestlers and some wrestling personalities there, and I got to meet one of my idols. This guy is a broadcasting legend. If you've ever watched wrestling, you've definitely seen or heard him interview somebody, and I got to ask him a trivia question about himself, which was amazing. So here it is. This is who I talked to, Mr. Mean Gene Okerlund at C2E2 in Chicago. Mean Gene Okerlund, I'm here with you at C2E2 in Chicago. Do you remember what year you were on the A-Team as a guest star? What was your guess?
Yeah, and I'm going to say 1987.
Oh, 1987. You're getting closer.
86.
1 year closer.
5.
1985. That was the year.
Right here. That's the year of the first WrestleMania.
It was the year of the first WrestleMania. That's right. And it was the year I was born.
Do me a favor. Don't bring that age thing up. You get on my nerves. Now get out of here. Security. Security.
Yeah, we got him.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. How cool was that? Mean Gene on my show talking about the A-Team and calling security on me because he thinks I'm too young. That was amazing. And next week, for another Chicago-themed episode with two great buddies of mine, I have another wrestling soundbite from the guy that was at the table next to him. You're going to love it. If you like wrestling, you're going to love next week's intro and hopefully like this week's intro. Without any further ado, we're going to dive into this episode. It's Kristen Toomey, it's Danny Rhodes, it's I Love Lucy, and it's the Halloween franchise. Let's see what you know. Here we go. Sitting here in beautiful Elmhurst, Illinois at a coffee shop that I'm going to describe as very goddamn hip, and it is called Brew Point. That's right, Brew Point in Elmhurst, Illinois. I'm back home for a whole weekend in Chicago, and I'm hanging out with some of my closest comedy buddies out here in the suburbs. One of them is sitting across from me. She's hilarious. She's one of the funniest people I know, and her name is Kristen Toomey. How are we doing, Kristen?
Hello, Ryan. Welcome home.
Thank you so much for meeting me here at this cool place.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm excited.
You've never been here before?
I've never been here. They have a lot of gluten-free options. I was very excited about.
Yeah.
And the muffin is good.
Oh, man. It is a good place.
Yeah.
I got an Arnold Palmer. That's pretty much all I drink when I go to coffee places. I don't drink coffee because I'm naturally energetic and I can shit on my own. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, an Arnold Palmer is such I feel like an alcoholic thing to order.
Sure.
But you're not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Somebody in recovery gets
Sure.
Arnold
Palmer. Arnie Palmers?
Yeah, Arnie's.
I never say an Arnold Palmer because I feel kind of like a douche saying it.
It's hard to say.
Like, I'd like an Arnold Palmer, and people usually, I'll say, can I get a half tea, half lemonade? And they go, you mean an Arnold Palmer? But the one time I say Arnold Palmer, they're like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So I never win.
It is annoying. Yeah, that is annoying.
You told me you met your husband right around the corner from here.
I did.
At a cool little bar, cool little restaurant. What was it?
Yeah, it was an Irish pub called McNally's. It's not there anymore, but
or
it's something else now.
I heard you guys tore it up, closed it down. Is that what happened? You partied
we
so
did.
hard?
Yeah, burnt it to the ground.
That first night?
Yeah. When our eyes met, it just ignited the building.
I love it. Like a volcano in the burbs.
Yeah.
Sitting to your left and my right is, I would say, your best friend?
Yeah, this is the longest he's ever had to be quiet.
That is the laugh of Danny Rhodes. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Ryan.
Nice to see you. I gave you the blue microphone. You're holding it very strongly.
Yes. I said it bothers me when people hold a weak microphone. Hold it weakly.
Yes.
Yes.
Danny, you are an actor.
Yes.
You are a writer.
Yes.
Producer.
Yes.
And you guys host a podcast together over at the Laugh Factory called Butthurt.
Yes, we do.
How long have you been doing that? Over a year?
Yeah.
So in September, it will be 2 years,
Holy cow, 2 years.
right?
Coming up.
Yes.
You guys were kind enough to have me. I think I called in with
Yeah.
some trivia when I was
Yes.
first starting this podcast about a year ago. I was just trying to get the word out, so I was like, "Oh, I'll call everybody I know who has a podcast and ask them trivia questions." And you guys
that
gave
was
me-
fun.
That was fun. It was kind of
I
like a
lost.
mini version of what we're
Still
going to do
mad
today.
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it was fun.
You guys
did
gave me.
Yes,
Let's see. What
you
did you give me?
know.
You gave me Madonna, maybe.
You know. Don't act like
Did
you don't
lose,
know.
honey? I forgot about it.
Oh man.
Oh, did I beat you
I actually
really
did.
badly?
Danny
No,
was
it-
wearing an "I Beat Kristen" T-shirt, which I thought
Yeah.
was interesting. Yeah.
Oh, buy it?
And I beat Kristen.
Yeah, I beat Kristen T.
That could have a lot of meanings, like some.
Yeah, whoa, yeah. Whoa, Nelly Fish.
Sure.
When I'm holding the mic like that. Like those
Like
people that I
weekend
hate.
Sally.
Like I'm holding a cup of tea.
There you go. I met you, Danny, I think at a show Kristen was doing in the suburbs, probably not far from here. I believe it was Patrick Newson's show called Comedy Cage Match. And I think
Yes.
you came out to watch Kristen. I think it was like a contest, and I think you won it, Kristen.
Yes,
There was like a
but
belt of
only
some kind?
because you were kind enough to let me win.
Well, and
because
I'll-
you didn't know money was attached. But I brought a lot of people.
That's
but
right.
you had the best riff of all time that night
Well,
about the there was chicken wire
that's
behind him.
Yes,
you
this is
remember
how
this?
I say. This is how I say I always remember you.
Yeah.
Is the chicken wire story because it had me laughing so hard. I love it. But
But
yeah.
my mom talks about it still.
Really?
Oh, I talk about it all the time.
I
Yeah.
vaguely
So you
remember.
tell it.
Yeah,
Well, no, but I forget what he said. You said something about the chicken wire.
Okay, so there was chicken wire because it was a cage match
That's
or
right.
whatever, and you riffed and you said, right now there's about a dozen chickens in Oswego going, can we leave? Making
yeah,
fun of
that's
the
right.
chicken
That was the
wire.
exact.
That's right.
It was
That's right.
It was brilliant.
Oh,
it was
thank
great.
you. I remember that. I do remember
God.
that. Was that
You
at-
should have won, man. I owe you money.
Was that at a Tilted Kilt or something? What was that?
It
It was Brick House.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's very
Down
much like a
Grove.
tilted kilt.
Very good. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
They don't
it
do that
is.
show anymore, do they? The Patrick,
No.
there was Patrick and Bear, I think.
No.
Man, that
I
was
don't
a while
know.
ago. Kristen, I remember I met you. What year did you start doing comedy? 2010. I looked it up
The
on Facebook.
first
You and I have
time-
been Facebook friends since 2010.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I wonder if we met right around that.
Well, the first time I started was in 2008 at
Okay.
Cigars and Stripes in Berwyn.
Oh yeah, I'll be there this
And,
weekend maybe just to get some wings. I just love their wings for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I did it for a few months, and then I quit
Uh-huh.
for like a year,
Yeah.
and then I started back up in like 2010, so like a year
Gotcha.
and a half or whatever.
I've told you before. I remember seeing you outside of some bar or open mic or something downtown. And you're like, "Hey, I think maybe we were Facebook friends first." You're like, "It's me, Kristen." Like, you had a show somewhere. You were running a show,
An open mic.
an open mic.
I
Yeah.
started running an open mic at Caps.
Yes, and I think you invited me to it, and then you were at another show I was at, and you're like, "Hey, come do this show," and I just remember being like, "Has this girl been doing comedy a long time?" Because you really right away you were one of those people where I'm like, "Oh, this person's been doing it forever."
Aw,
And,
thank you.
and you have so many accomplishments over the last few months. You got this new special coming out.
I do.
It's called, what's the title?
How I felt at the time.
How I Felt at the Time. Very good.
Yes.
Did you change the title? Was
I
it
did.
called something else?
It was called Motherfucker at first,
Yeah.
like mother period fucker period.
Yeah.
And that was just something that I had on my Twitter or something, and Danny Callis of
Yeah.
Comedians You Should Know, who's a close friend of mine. We needed a name for it just for the event.
Sure. Oh, yeah,
For the
yeah.
recording. So
advertise
he
it,
was
yeah.
like, call it that. Call it Motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, Danny never liked it.
When I
And
produced,
my mom didn't like
and
it.
so I'm going to be trying to sell it, and I was like, and we kind of have a relationship with some of the people at Netflix, and I was
Yeah.
like, these people are never.
Sure.
They were like a a movie idea that we had that was kind of PG-13. They were like, that's a little rough, and I was like, there's no way they're going to look at a comedy
Oh, yeah.
special called
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I mean, that's not why you changed it. You organically changed
No,
it.
Yeah.
I organically changed it.
Yeah.
Because I took
But I
a
was
little
always
break.
not a fan of that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then it
so
was
the new
just
title is
How I Felt
Which
at the
is
How I
time.
Felt at the
brilliant.
Time. I love it. I love it.
We found that, you told me about that the day we were recording a podcast.
Yeah.
They were like, when was that? Like a
On
month?
the air, I told you.
Oh yeah, on the air. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's an episode where you can hear that.
Oh, very
on Butthurt.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And Butthurt comes out what day of the week?
Tuesdays.
And our niche right now is we're
live.
We're going live on Facebook, and then we're also posting it on SoundCloud and iTunes.
And do you guys record it at the Laugh Factory?
Yes,
Oh, that's
in
awesome.
Chicago.
They have a studio there?
Yeah,
That's
they
great.
do. And then they, broadcast it on the Laugh Factory page.
A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know this. I record all my podcasts at Brew Point right here in Elmhurst. From
fly
California.
in.
I fly in. This
You
is my
fly in.
studio. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know me here. You know
Yeah,
how they were
these
very
are
friendly
all
when I
your
worked
It's really
future
weird. I
guests
just
in here.
discovered this place. I was on a date like last week,
Mm-hmm.
and we met here. And I live in Elmhurst, and I've never known this place. And I always go to this place called Elijah's.
Yeah.
Ooh, double.
Oh, boy.
No,
I'm going to have to edit that out.
No,
Yeah, don't give
but
away
no, but
all
this
yours.
is better. This is better. It's like it's cuter. It's like I love all the game choices they have. It's one of these places where they have a shelf with games.
Oh, yeah. It's
There's
great.
Yahtzee. There's a
Well, speaking of games,
There's a Super Scrabble. Super Scrabble.
Super Scrabble's good. That's there's a quadruple word.
oh my
on
God,
Super Scrabble.
I gotta tell you something.
What's that?
Do you know? And I hope you don't take offense to this. 'Cause
Sure.
This is a huge compliment.
Wait,
from-
hold on. Are you gonna
Ryan puts down his paper.
Yeah. I'm gonna rip this right up. Are you gonna tell me that Are you gonna tell me I look or sound like a certain comedian?
No,
Okay.
then you can handle it.
I'm all right.
Now
Ryan's
you
like,
can
then I'm
handle
all
it?
right. I'm
People
okay.
tell me my voice.
No,
all the
no,
time.
no.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen,
All right.
as a wheel watcher,
Yeah.
I fully expect to launch a campaign
Yeah.
for you to replace Pat Sajak
What about Vanna?
when he ever freezes or runs whatever
Sure.
he's
Runs
not.
his course. Yeah.
He looks the same, so I don't know how long this is gonna take.
Oh,
I
man.
think he's Disneyed himself. I think he's
Sure.
frozen,
he
frozen
like
but can walk
sleeps
and
in a
talk.
freezer or something, and then he's like, "I'm thawing out. Get
Do
me
you-
back home."
It's funny that
He's
you
like,
say
"Buy
that.
a vowel, bitch. I'm thawing out."
That's funny you say that. That's my favorite game show of all time.
Me
My
too.
parents watch it nonstop.
Me too.
Growing up, I love
Yeah.
it. If I was to ever be on a game, I've tried to be in the game show like 3 times. I've gone to like the wheel events, and then I never get onto the stage part where then
I
you get to
just
the next part.
could see you doing it because
Oh, man, I
he's
love
from
it.
Chicago
Yeah.
too, and I don't know why. I just feel like
I'm in
and
the
you'd
Wheel
be
Watchers
like
Club.
like you'd be way funnier than him, but like
If they wanted to
they
hip it
won't
up,
really let him be funny. But like,
yeah.
because he was a stand-up. He did
Oh,
do
was he?
stand-up
Back in the day,
He's
Sajak?
back in the day in Chicago.
Interesting. Okay, that's
So-
cool. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and I love him. I mean, I grew up with him. I think
Mm-hmm. Sure.
he's amazing. So, big fan of him.
Yeah, it's weird. I started doing stand-up in 06 in the Burbs, right where we're at, and I was like, I always thought, I never really had this idea, like, I'm going to be this super famous comedian that everybody knows me for, which I think is like kind of like why a lot of people start doing it. You're like, oh, I'm going to get to the point where I'm like my idols. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've never really felt that way. I've always just been like, I like doing this. I like entertaining people. I don't want to change people's worldview in any way. I just want to entertain them as much as I can and have them walk out and be like, that was super entertaining. I laughed a lot. I like that guy. I like the stories, whatever. But in the last couple of years, I've kind of transitioned from even that to just like, how do I turn this trivia thing into something bigger and better? How do I turn this into a game show or a different show?
Yeah.
And that's kind of my new goal, is to kind of take what I'm doing with this show, what I'm doing with my live events, but also a lot of stand-up is kind of like inserted into that. Like,
Yes.
I tell stories in the intros and outros usually of this podcast that kind of are based on real things that happened to me, and it's kind of like more conversational stand-up or something, so that's kind of my new goal, is to like just take and there's no comedian that's doing that, you know what I mean? There's no
Right.
like the trivia guy. So if I
Yeah.
can find that niche, that's awesome. And if I could turn that into a game show, or somebody that goes, this guy could host a game show.
Well, and trivia
It's
nights
crazy.
are hugely popular.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, they really are. Like, there's a latte being made. Like that barista loves trivia.
Don't they know we're
Gasket.
recording
Money,
a free
money.
podcast in here?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that was very nice of you to say. You are a member of Comedians You Should Know. We mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing that for the last couple of years, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm taking a break from producing right now,
Uh-huh.
just because I was taking a break. I took February off from like everything, really.
And you were nonstop up until then.
Up until then.
Of everybody I know, it was like boom, boom, boom. You're always doing 20 shows a week, and
Yeah.
the big special taping and all that stuff. So yeah, a well-deserved break.
Yeah.
And you're a mom.
Thank
You
you.
got kids.
And
you're
I have
married.
kids, and I'm
you got a lot of
married.
stuff going on.
Yeah, and it was just, so I took a break, and now I'm just like slowly. I mean, March I came back, and than I did 27 shows in March.
Oh,
you know,
man. There
of
you go.
course,
So right back in, yeah.
But this month I've slowed down and just slowly letting things back in. I can't
Sure.
keep doing as much as I was doing, and it kind of. I mean, I can go at that pace if it's doing something.
Sure.
If I'm getting something out of it.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm not.
Sure.
Which is probably on me.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Danny, you are an actor. We talked about it. You were in something called House of Purgatory. What was that all about?
It's a great movie. It's a horror movie that a guy named Tyler Christensen wrote and directed.
Awesome.
Directed. I auditioned for it in a hotel in the city.
Oh.
Which was very odd, but it was
Sure.
kind of cool. It was like in a meeting room at the hotel years
pretty
ago.
sweet.
And then it just came out this past year, but it was whatever. And I played.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, but we shot it like maybe 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I play an uncle who molested his niece.
Oh, man.
And it's kind of about these 4 teenagers that go into a haunted house, and the haunted house brings out all of their worst fears.
Oh, my God.
And I am that character's worst fear.
Oh, my God.
And it's very odd because I got to play a role that I don't normally get cast in,
Holy
which is.
cow.
But yeah, it was a very creepy uncle.
I was going to say, my like hacky question was going to be like, oh, so how do you get killed in this horror film? But you are like a demon in this
No, yeah, I fucked my niece.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, top
Like in the
of,
gayest.
In the gayest
tone.
voice you could.
top of the resume. Throw it up there. I love it. Elmhurst, Illinois. Fuck my days. All right. You were in something called Who Gets the Dog?
Yes, that is my most recent.
Is that a rom-com?
It is definitely a rom-com. It is directed by my friend Huck Botko.
Any incest in this movie?
There is none,
very good.
except maybe a dog nothing involving a dog. I promise.
Very good.
But yeah, it stars Alicia Silverstone and Ryan Quanten from True Blood.
Oh, yeah.
And I play their gay doggy daycare owner.
Amazing.
Like Zen doggy daycare, like one of these places that people should never bring their dogs because it's way overpriced.
Sure.
And like the dogs actually like finger paint or whatever, and then I get into an argument with the two of them at the end.
Oh, I love
There's
it.
like 4 scenes like right in a row, and
Yeah.
it's probably actually one of the bigger.
Yeah, there's some big names.
No. I mean, like not movies, but bigger
Size.
chunks that I had
In a movie.
Yeah. So
Is that something you could watch on Netflix if people want to find it?
It's not. Oh, it might be on. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but I know it's on demand. You can rent it on
VOD.
demand. Yeah.
Check it out.
And
Who Gets
also
the
on
Dog?
Amazon.
And I'm diving way back for this one, about 10 years, maybe a little bit more. Stranger Than Fiction.
Yes.
And I only bring it up. I was an extra in Stranger Than Fiction.
You were when?
In 05 when...
Nobody mean what scene?
When he has the red sweater on and he runs out of the building to answer a telephone that's ringing. And he's pushing through a big crowd in front of a big building downtown.
Yes.
And my friend and I, we kept trying to get as close to Will Ferrell as possible so we'd be in the shot. So they would tell us where to stand. We'd be like, yeah. And then we would just get as close to him so he would push us out of the way, hoping they would use that shot. But it's so crazy. They did that shot of him running out of a building like 120 times. I mean, I was like, how many times do they need to get this? But it's so many moving pieces that it's...
It
He was on the set for what, a week?
10 days. Yeah, it was 10 days.
Very
And
good.
what was great about that
played
is
a baker? Were you a baker?
Yeah, I played Maggie Gyllenhaal's employee at the bakery. And
Amazing.
My role was bigger, and then it got cut down in editing, but reasonably so. But it was kind of like I was spoiled as an actor, I think, because, it was my first on-camera gig, and it was like a $35 million budget movie, so that was kind of one of those things. And
I love that movie.
Everyone was it was really, I felt underrated. Like,
Nobody
it was great.
ever talks about it. Yeah.
I know, and his performance was great, but it was one of those things where like everyone was so top-notch, and Mark Forster, the director, had just been nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone treated everyone so well on that set, and I think I always hold that as like the standard.
Sure.
And then you either get that or you don't.
Yeah. You have written some stuff. You wrote something called I Scream, You Scream.
Yes, I'm one of the writers on it.
One of the writers.
That's a horror anthology. Yes.
I know you must be a big horror fan. One of your topics was Halloween, the movie series.
Yes.
Big fan.
God.
One of my famous favorites.
Yeah.
I love Halloween.
There you go.
Michael Myers.
Very good. I'm a big fan as well.
He produces horror films.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We're going to talk more about it. Now that we know how we all know each other, a little bit about you guys, we'll get into your categories. Kristen, you gave me some great categories. We'll start with yours.
Okay.
Your first topic for the podcast that you picked was Kanye West.
Yeah.
Right. He's from Chicago.
Yes.
Chicago's boy. He went to
Yeah.
the high school my brother went to.
Careful, Ryan.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I hope that's not one of the questions.
What's my brother's name? No.
What's my brother's name?
Have you liked him since the beginning? More recently? What do you think of his antics? All that stuff. Give me a quick rundown.
Quick rundown.
Yeah.
I've always liked him.
Yeah.
I think he's a genius, but he is too arrogant about it.
Sure.
But I think he's a genius. Yeah.
Very good. Your next topic was Manly P. Hall. I don't even know what any of those words mean.
Wait, what?
What is a Manly P. Hall?
Is that
Manly-
Anthony Pee Wee Herman?
No, Manly P. Hall is Manly Palmer Hall. He was a philosopher.
Oh, very good.
Shit.
So, there's a chance I may have not chosen that question because I don't know what it is.
Mine are so gay. Easy.
He was a philosopher. What do you
Yeah.
agree with that he philosophized about?
Well, I listened to a lot of his. It's more like esoteric philosophy where
Is he a
talks lot
modern philosopher?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Is he alive?
no.
Okay. Well, all right. Now,
No.
at least I
What's
know
his
something.
podcast called? And does he record
Yeah,
it every
no,
point?
he's not alive. He was murdered, and
man.
What does
a lot of
esoteric
people
mean?
think it was
What is that?
because
No, I really don't know what that means.
esoteric. It's like the occult or
Right. I knew it.
mysticism.
Yeah. Okay.
So he talks a lot about ancient beliefs and mythologies. And why are you laughing?
I'm having just because.
Well, that's why.
funny.
That's who he is.
There you go.
No, I know. I'm just laughing because I think it's. We feel like was he the one that we were listening to? Not him.
Yes, you wouldn't let. You were like, turn it off. I'm like, just listen. You're like, no,
Wait, no,
like
no,
play
but-
something fun.
No. Was he the one though? That the one member? We had her on our podcast. Did she mention him?
No.
Lori Bruno.
Manly P. Hall. I'm going to look it up. I Love Lucy. Next category.
Yeah.
There you go. I Love Lucy as well. I grew up watching it with. I don't know. It was just always on when I was a kid. We're roughly the same age, right? What
Yeah.
Are you 30-something? What are you, 30-something?
37. Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those things that even before I was a fan of comedy, you were like just immediately involved in the plot. You're like, oh, okay, they got to go do this. As
Yeah.
a kid, you could follow that, and as an adult, it's still funny. Big fan of I Love Lucy.
Yeah, she's obviously, I think, just such a huge, part of my life in
Yeah.
a way.
Oh,
in
yeah.
a way, and I feel like I've always felt like I've looked up to her.
Yeah.
She was like, I think what clowns were supposed to be,
Ooh, that's a good way of
but
putting
never
it.
got it right. She
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it right where
Yeah.
she just did it right.
Sure.
She did it how it should be done.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't think anybody's done it better
No, yeah.
as
So
far
great.
as clowning around. Mm-hmm.
I would definitely agree.
And she had impeccable timing and facial expression. I mean,
physicality.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just everything was, and she was gorgeous and
Yeah.
smart, and she was the first woman to own her own studio.
Yeah.
I mean, she's if you're a Star Trek fan, you owe it to her
Sure.
because she put
Yeah, yeah.
that show on the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that filmed at her studio she
Desilu,
owned?
yeah.
Oh,
I
I
didn't
didn't know
know
that
that.
either.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Some trivia before the trivia.
Trivia. I love. Yeah, Lucille Ball's amazing.
One of the best.
And I think that's that is the only time that I ever think it's okay to you. Then you don't even know this about me, but I always hate when people are like, "Oh, I got into clowning," but that is a perfect way to describe her because she's the only one that I think it's okay to use
Yes.
that term about.
Yeah.
Yes, because she did it with integrity.
And did it with the true definition of it.
And if you break
and it
this
was
down,
so,
if you really break down, she had red hair and she wore makeup, but
Right.
it wasn't the traditional kind
Right,
of clown.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's fun stuff. I love
Exactly.
it. We should do a whole. There should be a Lucy podcast. I wonder if there is.
I don't know.
Somebody should start it.
But
Your next
she's
topic:
best.
crystals.
Yes.
Power of healing with crystals. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Healing?
Yes.
Sure.
But you assume that. It could have been
Some darker
crystals,
Math.
women. Named Crystal.
Yeah. Women named famous Crystal Bernard from Wings.
Tina.
Oh man, I love Wings.
I can't think of
Crystal Bernard is. You mentioned Lucy being
Crystal
iconic.
Bernard.
Crystal Bernard from Wings is a little bit more iconic than Lucille Ball.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Wings,
The blonde.
my mom
You ever
loved
watch
that
Wings?
show.
No.
The sitcom?
Who watched Wings?
No, Wings was one of those shows
What
where
were you, a 40-year-old man as a
Yeah, I
child
know.
watching Wings?
No, but
Like,
Wings
you were
was
Came on
about
after Lucy,
85?
and I was like, it was a great double
Wing-
feature.
Wings was one of those shows
Little
that
Brian
annoyingly.
sitting there eating ice cream, watching Wings.
Oh man, I used to eat frosting from the jar as a kid.
Frosting?
Take the lid off a thing of cake frosting and eat it with a spoon.
Oh, like Death Becomes Her.
And watch
Goldie
Wings.
Hawn
Oh,
does that.
I love that scene in Death Becomes Her.
Watch Wings, eat frosting. That's my new T-shirt. Sell a lot of those. Wings. This is funny. I worked on a 90th anniversary special for NBC recently, and I had to call all these celebrities who were in clips we were showing to get them to sign a release form. So Crystal Bernard on Wings was one of the people, and they're like, "We can't get a hold of her. Can you get a hold of her?"
Ryan's like, I got this.
I'm like, I have her cell number. No, I do now though. And I had a call. I called her dad, who was a famous preacher in the '70s, who had a very popular song called like, God didn't make you ain't no monkey or something very anti-evolution.
Yeah, like, you ain't no monkey boy.
And Crystal Bernard and her sister something else were like little kids in this video that used to play on TV and was very popular in the South.
Who was she in Wings?
You ain't
She
no
was the main
monkey.
blonde character
Yes.
that worked at the like restaurant.
What I was going to say is
in
I
the
feel like
airport.
there was always one person in every family that loved Wings.
Yeah.
And everyone else in the family hated that person loved Wings.
I didn't watch it when it was new episodes, but it was always reruns on USA. And I used to watch
Yes.
back-to-back
Some
Wings
weird-
as a
Oh.
teenager.
Oh, it
bothers me. That show bothers me because I didn't get why people liked it. It's one of those things like when people are like, watch The Wire. I'm like, who watches The Wire? But
I
like
don't have
everybody
time.
watches The Wire.
Well, Wings.
I don't have time to get invested in Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
I really,
Breaking Bad
I know
was so-
everybody
I did
says
not
it's
like
good,
it.
but
Wings
it's
was
like, I
very much.
can't.
They just said, "Can we
can't
do?"
commit.
They're like, "Can we do Cheers in an airport?" I think was basically the pitch for Wings, and they're like, "Yeah, let's try it." And it ended up being. It was on for like 7 seasons. But yeah, I had a call.
Miraculously.
I called Crystal Bernard's dad. I was the only
They
one
must
watching.
own some crystals.
We like to shit on Wings.
Yeah, like both of us auditioned as kids.
What if I just did 20 questions on
bitter.
Wings? I didn't even pick your categories. Just 20 Wings questions.
I'd be like, next.
So I had to call Crystal Bernard's dad. He's still alive. He's still a preacher. And when I called him, he added my cell phone number to a prayer chain. So I get text messages
Oh
once
my
a
God!
week
Can you please show us after the?
for who to pray for in the Bernard family. True story. All right.
Oh my
That was like
God.
last month.
That's kind of cool, though. I don't know. I'm kind of down with prayer.
I'm done with prayer too,
That's pretty
but
good.
that's a very strange thing
That's
to
a
do.
text. I
Well,
don't
he
know.
texts me every other day,
To
and it
pray
says
for
it says
his family.
He texts
Yeah.
me. He texts me. He texts me a monkey emoji with an X through it, like every other day too. So that's kind of bad.
What?
Just you ain't no monkey. This
You
is-
ain't no monkey, you boy.
Now pray for my family.
You're part of the Jesus joy.
Pray for only my family.
I want to improv that song.
Pray for
man.
only me.
Christine, last topic: makeup trends. Give me an example of a makeup trend.
Strobing.
What does that involve?
What?
Strobing.
Is that where you put it on like a strobe light really quick?
You put it's basically highlighting. Last
Okay.
year it
No,
was
no,
called
yeah, what is
highlighting.
it?
Last year it was called highlighting, but now they rebranded it as strobing because it's kind of turned up. So you
Interesting.
put like a highlighter that is like
Did you do it today?
a little bit. I
Yeah, 'cause I can
don't
see in the
strobe,
light.
but I highlight.
I like you have a T-shirt. That I don't strobe.
No, because women get crazy. Like
Oh man.
on Instagram, they have like a disco ball face.
Oh, I've seen that. I
You
know
know,
what
with
you're
like
talking
the
about.
tip of the nose, they put.
Yes.
And then they put
Yes.
it like down the bridge.
Lady Gaga
And they
did it
put
at Coachella.
like, here.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Like here and here, and then here, right? You can do it there too.
There you go. Makeup trends. I learn something new every day. Danny, your topics. Here we go. Madonna albums.
Yes.
When we did the Butthurt, the quick call-in podcast, I think one of you guys.
I
picked
did Madonna, I think, just Madonna.
That's a good Madonna question.
Their album.
Do you have a favorite Madonna album?
I would say, well, Immaculate Collection, obvi. But I would say,
Is that her, like, greatest hits?
probably
You're like,
like
what
a
am
prayer.
I,
I mean,
a
I think
faggot?
like a prayer is probably the best album. I think.
Madonna, like a prayer. That's pretty good.
Like I get real embarrassed at the coffee shop.
There's one other person in here.
Isn't there a Madonna song at the coffee shop? Or
No, at the body shop. You work at the body shop.
I thought she was on the show. I'm gonna say she's been on the show. Your next topic, Halloween movie series. We talked about that earlier. Do you have a favorite of the Halloween films? I love the series, so I'm a big fan.
Strangely enough, everyone, the true fans, I feel like, do not like the Rob Zombie remakes. The second remake of Halloween 2 is terrible.
Yeah.
But the remake of Halloween that Rob Zombie did, I thought was amazing. And I liked a lot.
I saw the Rob Zombie sequel in Orland at a theater on a double date with my brother and his wife and me and my wife. I don't think any of us were married yet. And it was opening night, packed theater.
For the Rob Zombie. Obviously,
Halloween 2. It was terrible.
Oh, with the
Hated it.
horse.
So terrible.
I saw both with my friend Sally, I believe.
This guy got up and he just started screaming, "Man, fuck this movie." Walking up and down the aisle, "Fuck this movie." Everyone was scared for their life.
Was it when the horse came out with the mom?
No, he had enough of how bad
Did
the
you
movie
feel
was.
like Rob Zombie? I felt like Rob Zombie just tried to find a way to throw his wife in that one.
Oh, she was all over it for no reason.
No, and she was great in the first one as the mom, but she was annoying in the second one. Like, she didn't need to be in it. We didn't need to see what's going on, Michael said. But to answer your question, my favorite film in the series is the original with Jamie Lee Curtis.
So great.
And 2.
When people come out to California, that's where I show them all the Halloween 1 landmarks because it was filmed in Pasadena.
Do you know the trivia behind Halloween 1 and 2 is that they actually shot that as one feature?
Really?
And then broke it up. They didn't finish shooting the second one.
Oh, okay.
But it ended where, like, in the hospital. And then they just continued on, but then they cut that. So that's why it's Halloween 2.
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't know you.
Your next topic, Jessica Lange.
Yes.
She got very popular in the last couple of years, American Horror Story.
Loved her since I was little. Since the movie Frances.
Are you excited about this new The Feud movie coming out? Or the Feud show?
Coming out, Ryan. It's on. It's going to have its last episode this Sunday.
I saw a billboard. I thought I wasn't even
on FX. It's Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. Betty Davis is played by one Susan Sarandon, also one of my favorites. It's like Ryan Murphy got in my head and gave me a little birthday gift early. And then Jessica Lange playing Joe Crawford, and they're both doing fabulous jobs. I was a little nervous about Susan Sarandon playing Betty Davis. The coffee just kicked in anyway. But she's doing a great job. Yeah,
it's a good series.
It's a great series.
Man,
it's like
Ryan Murphy, he's sitting on a big pile of money right now.
Everything he's like my idol with producing. He's amazing, and he just feeds us gay candy that everyone loves.
I was a big fan of Nip Tuck and.
Oh, I love Nip Tuck.
I guess that came out towards the end of it when I was in high school.
I never missed an episode of Nip Tuck.
It was great. I thought it was a terrible end to the series.
And no one even knew who Ryan Murphy was then.
What do you think about the end of the series? I thought it was a terrible end.
That show jumped the shark after like season 5, but it was still so damn good.
How about the Carver? I have a dog named Carver because when we got him when that show was
And how about that weird son who looked like Michael Jackson?
So creepy. And he's never been in anything else.
He has. He was in the movie Teeth with where
was
the
he?
woman, he was like
vaginal teeth.
Yeah, with the vaginal teeth. Yeah.
When's that sequel?
He hasn't done much, and actually, he was just in an episode. It's funny that you say this.
Yeah.
My friend Katie Cunningham did an episode of Timeless on CBS, and he was in that episode.
Yeah.
And she actually had a bigger part than him.
Oh boy,
poor guy.
Good job, Katie. Here's your next one. Clueless the movie. Clueless.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yeah.
What if? Well, no, whatever. What did they say?
Whatever.
As if. Wow. I couldn't even pull it.
And also whatever.
Yeah, and whatever.
Be with the
Yeah, with whatever.
There's a liquor store not far from where I live in California
where she had to get down on the to get down on the ground.
Circus Liquors. I think it's a big clown.
Yeah.
Not unlike Lucille Ball. Right on time. Clueless movie,
Train's
great
coming.
movie. 1995, I think.
Yeah.
So that would have been very integral when you were what?
15.
15. Yeah, high school age. Very good.
We went, me and my friends Jessica, Jimmy, went to see that movie
Yeah.
and ditched school.
Oh, really?
I never ditched school, and I did for that day. I didn't ditch on senior ditch day, but ditched when Clueless came out.
There you go. Your last topic, movie villains.
Yes. I felt like that was a good general broad.
Yeah. Who's a good movie villain that, like everybody knows, like a Darth Vader, but who's like one that you don't think people talk about enough?
This one I think people do talk about enough, but he's my favorite. Probably my favorite movie villain that is not like a comic book movie villain is and I'm going to feel so bad because R.I.P. He just died recently, but from Die Hard.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman,
One of the best. You know who I was going to say that I think has a lot of good villainous roles is Jeremy Irons, who plays Alan Rickman's brother in Die Hard with a Vengeance, who's avenging Hans Gruber, who dies in the first Die Hard. But yeah, Jeremy Irons was Scar, the voice of Scar.
Ooh, yeah. Love Jeremy
both those guys. You need a good British guy for a good villain, I feel like.
Yeah, or like Eastern European.
Yeah. Kristen, let me just jam the bottom of the mic cord for a second. Okay, now talk.
Yes.
Okay, I think it went out. Now it's good.
Okay.
All right, I'll edit that part out. This is the part now that we know everything about the categories you guys gave me. I'm going to give you what the topics are for each of you. Okay, so Kristen, your topic is going to be I Love Lucy.
Okay.
And Danny, your topic is going to be the Halloween movie series.
Okay.
This is called the Trivia Showdown. So we're going to go back and forth with 10 questions about I Love Lucy and Halloween. You're going to buzz in with a buzz-in word that's like 1 or 2 syllables between the two of you. What's a fun word that maybe you guys share that you can use as a buzz-in word? Anything fun?
Butthurt.
Butthurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Advertise the podcast. I love it.
Butt plug.
So when you want to buzz in, you're going to yell butthurt. Maybe not butt plug. Yell butthurt when you want to buzz in. You got to wait for the whole question to be read so people can play along at home. And we're going to start with Kristen's topic of I Love Lucy. You guys ready? Mm-hmm. You get 1 point for when you get your topic right, and you get 2 points if you can steal the other person's topic before they can buzz in.
And we have to wait till the question's completely answered.
Right.
Yes.
And if
Wait,
they
I
miss
gotta
it, you
drink
get
some
like
coffee 'cause I'm jazzed.
like
I'm
if Kristen missed the first question, you get a chance to answer it for 2 points, and vice versa. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. This is the Trivia Showdown.
Trivia Showdown.
Question number 1, I Love Lucy. What actress played Ethel?
Butthurt.
Kristen.
Vivian Vance.
Vivian Vance. There you
Do
go.
you know, I wouldn't even know that.
I know the names from the beginning. It would say Vivian Vance
Yeah.
and William Frawley or whatever. He was much older than her, wasn't he?
Yeah, and they hated each other.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
just working together, you think? Or
She made a comment about how nobody would believe she's married to somebody that old, and he overheard it like the first
Oh,
shooting
shit.
of the pilot. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
sour the rest of
Butthurt.
the time.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
didn't get along.
he must be 20 years older than her, right?
Yeah,
At least.
he had a lot of issues. Anyways,
Yeah.
go ahead. I
Oh,
don't want to
we're
spoil
going to
any
learn
of the
more about it.
questions.
So that's 1 point for Kristen. You didn't know that one, Dan?
I didn't. I knew it was Vivian, but I didn't, or Viv, because I was Pretty Woman, because she watches I Love Lucy.
Very good.
I put it together.
Question number 1 coming up for Danny and the Halloween series. In the first Halloween film, it's supposed to take place in Haddonfield, Illinois, but the license plates all read what state?
Butthurt, California.
It is California. There we go. 1-1. Right.
Do you know
off
that
the
they had to
bat.
fly
I
leaves?
knew
They
that. I
had to
could've
fly
answered.
leaves in.
Yeah, they flew
And they
in
kept breaking them up
Oh, I
and then
remember
putting
that.
it. I
Throwing
love
them?
that story.
Oh, it's great.
John Carpenter.
one of the best. What do you think about him? He's attached to the new one, producing
Yeah,
the new one.
yeah.
Written by Danny
McBride.
Right.
And do you know what's so
comedian.
funny?
Weird.
What's so
Comedian,
funny about
comedy
that is they are. It's a reimagining, is what they said. So
Yeah.
it's not a sequel. It's not a like redo.
Yeah.
It's I guess whatever
He might
that
do
is.
the music for it. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
cool stuff on the horizon if you like Halloween.
But it's like you got to have that song in it, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Here's question number 2 for I Love Lucy. What country is Ricky from?
Butthurt.
That was pretty close. I'm going to say Danny.
Cuba.
It is Cuba. That's 2 points because you did steal it. It was just a smidge earlier than Kristen,
I almost
think.
said Puerto Rico. but
3 to
that's my
1.
country.
3 to 1.
Oh my god.
Question number 2. This one is for the Halloween series. Kristen, if you get this one before Danny, you get 2 points. Number 3 doesn't contain Michael Myers, the third Halloween film. What's the subtitle of number 3?
Butthurt.
Danny.
A Halloween Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. That's right. 1
No
point.
clue.
4 to 1. Have you ever seen these movies?
No, I hate
seen
horror
some of
movies. I've only seen the first one.
The first one is the best. Here's question number 3 for I Love Lucy. Is this a real or fake episode of I Love Lucy? Ready? Fred begs Ricky to join his bowling league when a teammate gets sick, but Lucy ends up being the best bowler in the Ricardo house.
Butthurt.
Kristen.
False.
It is false. I made it up. Well done. 1 point for
There
you.
was one about a bowling league, right? But it was the girls.
No.
I don't think there was a
There's
bowling
no
one.
bowling
Yeah.
episode.
No bowling episode.
And I'm so mad that
pretty pissed.
I let you get that Halloween one. You
Here we go.
Fucker.
This is number 3 for Halloween and the series. What Halloween film? You can just say the number if you want. Does Paul Rudd star in?
Butthurt.
Danny.
5.
Number 5 is
I-
incorrect.
I
So
can
Kristen gets
steal.
to guess. Yeah,
But I feel like
number 6.
it is number 6.
Yeah.
The Curse of Michael Myers. It's the 6th film. in
Wait,
the
what was
series.
5?
5 is called 4's The Return. 5 is
The Curse of Michael Myers. It is the 5th installment.
no.
I'm almost going to challenge our trivia master on this one
I'm
because it's the introduction of Jamie, the niece.
No, 4 is the introduction of Jamie the niece. 5 is when she has telekinetic powers. 6
But then
is The Curse of Michael Myers.
Oh no, I don't think I'm right. I think I'm wrong, but I think 4 is Paul. Oh, you're right. She's not in the one with Paul Rudd because that's the one with. Wait.
In the intro to number 6 with Paul Rudd, Jamie is an adult and he kills her at a farm on he pushes her on these spikes and then it cuts hay. So she's an adult. The Jamie character dies at the beginning of number 6. Kristen's already having enough of
I've
this.
checked out.
Oh, so this is after the Jamie. This is after Danielle Harris
Yes.
is even in the films. Paul,
That's right.
you're right. You are right. You are very right. Okay.
All right, here's
thought it was the
number.
beginning.
It's 4-2. Danny's winning by 2 points. Number 4. The show.
Wait, don't I get steel points?
Oh, yeah. You get 2 points, so now it's 4-4.
Yeah.
Well done. 4-4. Here's number 4. The show I Love Lucy was originally based on a radio show called My Favorite What?
Butthurt.
Kristen.
Husband.
It is Husband. Good job. I thought that was tough because there was a show called My Favorite Martian back in the day, so I thought maybe one of you would somehow be.
I had
was
no
it My
idea
Favorite
about
Martian? Yeah, it was My Favorite Husband. I think maybe
They didn't
Desi
want.
had something
They
to do with
didn't
it.
even. They had to do that because the studio. They had to do that to prove that audiences.
Yeah.
Or actually, on that show, she was married to a Caucasian man.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't Ricky, and it wasn't Desi. And
Okay.
then, anyways.
Here comes number 4 for Halloween movies. The Rob Zombie Halloween movies feature an actor named Tyler Mane, a massive actor playing Michael Myers. What X-Men villain did he also play?
Butthurt.
Danny. Any guesses? X-Men villain Tyler Mane, who played the massive Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie movies.
No, because I remember this article.
Yeah.
Damn it. I can see what he looked.
Kristen?
Yeah, Kane. I don't know. Kane something. Kane.
Something Kane. Anything, Kristen? X-Men villain?
The X-Men villain is
Cyclops.
no, what's his name? I can see him.
Just villaining it up, walking around Elmhurst, blowing stuff up.
I can see him. Yeah.
No, I don't know. His name.
Sabretooth. It was
Oh, wow.
Sabretooth.
Oh no, I wouldn't have gotten that.
No, that's not
Totally
it.
lost
Not what
hope.
I was thinking.
Here's number 5. Was I Love Lucy shot in front of a live studio audience, or was it canned laughter?
Butthurt.
Kristen.
It was live audience,
It
the
was
first one to do it.
live. First one to do it.
Because Lucy fed off the energy of the crowd.
There you go. Like a real comedian. 6-4 right now. Danny's down by 2. Let's see if we can get this next Halloween question. Halloween question number 5 is, who composed the music for the first film?
Butthurt.
Dan.
John Carpenter.
It is John Carpenter. 5-6. Kristen's winning by 1. Back to I Love Lucy. Number 6, the nightclub Ricky worked in was named after a brand of juice. What was it called?
Butthurt.
Yep.
Tropicana.
The Tropicana. Boom. 7-5. Did you know that one, Danny?
If I would have
about
waited a minute after I said
Sure.
it, yeah.
Here comes number 6 for the Halloween side. Who is the first person killed in the entire series?
Butthurt.
Yes.
That's not fair. Should know it.
You can't do
wait,
that. You
is,
can't just say butthurt and then think about it.
It's
Right?
the first person killed
You don't
is
even
Annie.
know.
Incorrect. What do you got there?
Oh,
You
damn
can't
it.
do that. You can't say butthurt and then think.
Wait, but I knew. I knew.
Any ideas, Kristen?
Wait a minute. In the first. Oh, wait. I can.
Let me.
Duh. That's so easy.
The first person killed in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, isn't it the girl babysitter? Like she's a teen girl at home.
The answer
with
is
the brown hair?
Judith Myers,
It is-
his sister, being it's a little kid.
It's Judith Myers, his older sister.
feel like I should get a
Little
half a
Michael Myers
point.
kills his older sister.
Oh, I forgot.
That's a
about
good
that.
question. That's a
Good
good trivia question. Yeah.
So no points there.
Damn
you guys
it.
kind of were.
Is the next
tiptoeing
person
around it.
Annie? Is the like when we're in '78?
Yeah, because there's not enough. Well, no, he
Because she
kills-
goes, "My
he
Paul,"
kills-
in the car.
Technically, he would kill the tow
The
truck driver.
tow truck driver
To
with
get
the
the
and
car.
what? Do you remember with what the matchbook said?
Something.
The Rabbit Lounge or something.
Red-
There was a strip
Red
club.
Rabbit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Red
yeah.
Rabbit Lounge.
There you go. Here is number 7 for I Love Lucy. The Merches had a dog. Was it named Fido, Butch, or Tiger?
Butthurt.
Kristen.
Butch.
It was Butch. There's
Butch.
1 point for Kristen.
Butch Miko.
It's 8-5 right now. Number 7 for Halloween. Who plays Jamie Lee Curtis's son in Halloween H2O?
Butthurt.
Kristen.
What's his name from Wicker Park? Josh Hartnett.
Josh.
Oh, good one.
And she stole it, so that is 10 points to Danny's 5 right now. Kristen's kicking some
Ooh.
butt. That's one of my favorite ones, H2O.
I love H2O.
Yeah.
That
I have
scene,
seen
the
that
editing
one.
in that scene when they finally face off through the window.
great.
Oh my God, it's
Then
so
he
good.
climbs down from the rafters. at one
Yeah,
point.
with
Or
the
he
one arm.
lowers with
So-
one
Yeah,
arm.
oh, it's so
great.
good.
So good. LL Cool J's in there.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams.
LL Cool J
Multi-Oscar
writing
nominated.
erotica in a security booth. That's his character arc.
Yeah.
He's writing
I
and
love
he's
that.
reading it to
And
his wife.
You know what? And I
Yeah.
love
Right.
whoever plays the wife on the phone.
Yeah.
I think it's Regina King. It's
It's
always
great.
Regina King.
Here comes number 8 for I Love Lucy. The last episode of the series was called The Ricardos Dedicate a What? The
Butthurt.
Danny. The Ricardos dedicate a...
Laughter.
Statue.
It is a statue.
Yeah.
Well done, Kristen. You really know the series. Good stuff. 11-5. Danny still have a few.
I'm going to argue that one question, Ryan, did not involve the Halloween series. It involved X-Men.
You might be right. Here's number 8. We just talked about LL Cool J, but what rapper appears in Halloween Resurrection?
Butthurt.
Kristen.
Busta Rhymes.
It is Busta Rhymes. You said you only saw the first one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, those ones that I dragged her to. You're welcome.
Yeah,
There you
that
go.
you dragged
got
me
2
to.
points there, Kristen.
I was actually going to, I was going to say Ludacris because he wasn't in that. He was in a different horror film that was like that one because that was the one where they were like the kid like saves her through watching the webcam.
Yeah.
And the girl was on that show, Rules of Engagement.
Yes.
Yeah. David Spade.
A lot of actually the most famous people have been in the Halloween series.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelle Williams gets because she's multi-Oscar nominated. But
Oh, yeah, she was in H2O.
She was the girlfriend,
I
yeah.
forgot all about that. Here's number 9 for I Love Lucy. In what comedy movie does Cuba Gooding Jr. meet an entire bus of people dressed like Lucille Ball? Not really about the show, but I thought it was a fun question.
Butthurt?
Yeah. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Snow Dogs.
Incorrect. Good guess. Danny?
Jerry Maguire.
Rat Race. Did you ever see the movie Rat Race?
I was going to say the one about the gay cruise.
What's it called? Gay Cruise? What is that
No, it
movie
was like
called?
Boat Trip. Boat Trip.
Boat Trip.
Wait, was that the gay cruise? I don't know. That,
Yeah,
different
I think
game.
it was. Cuba Gooding Jr. steals a bus to try and get this. They're on this race to get this money. All this big cast, Whoopi Goldberg, bunch of people, and Cuba Gooding Jr. steals a bus, and it ends up being a bus of all these people dressed like Lucille Ball going to a Lucy convention, and
I never saw that.
it's a ridiculous movie. It's kind of fun. Here's number 9 for Halloween. Halloween 2 takes place mostly in what type of building?
Butthurt Hospital.
Yeah, it is a hospital. 6 for Danny, 6 to 13 right now.
Ooh.
Here is the last question for Lucy. Let's see what we got here. Number 10. Lucy and her baby were on the cover of the first issue of what's still running weekly magazine.
Butthurt.
Danny.
Entertainment Weekly.
Incorrect. Kristen.
TV Guide.
It is TV Guide, and that's her 14th point. She's on the cover with the baby. Now, was the baby on the show, Little Ricky? Was that her real kid?
No,
that was
it
an actor.
wasn't.
Okay. Here we go. Number
better not have
10.
been.
Last Halloween question. Michael Myers' niece is in most of Halloween 4 and 5. What is her character's name?
Butthurt. Jamie.
It is Jamie. So that is the last question of the first round. Danny
If
has
Kristen wins, we're just
7,
tied, though.
and Kristen
when it
has
comes to Bud's
14.
trivia.
No way.
Absolutely. I won the first round on our
We
show.
only did 3
So we're
rounds.
tied.
What did you guys think of those questions? First 20 of
They
them.
were great.
Combo question.
Okay, very good. This is round number 2. It's called a combo question. It's just one question. It combines both things in one way. Now, this was kind of hard to do because I'm like, there's not really even a Halloween episode of Lucy that I could find.
Right.
But I found an episode where they kind of they dress up in costumes. So that's as close as I could get. For 2 points, in an episode of I Love Lucy, where little Ricky is in a school play and the gang helps him out, Lucy plays a witch, Ethel is a fairy princess, Fred is a frog, and Ricky is a tree. What's the name of the production that little Ricky's doing? Buzz in when you know it. 2 points if you get it. What's the name of like the show that little Ricky's putting on? Where they're all dressed like a fairy princess, a witch, a tree, and a frog. It's not like the Wizard of Oz. It's like a thing. If you don't know it, it's pretty tough.
Butthurt.
Sure. What do you got?
Fright Fest.
Not a bad guess, but incorrect. Kristen?
Princess and the Frog.
Very close. The Enchanted Forest. I know that was a really
Oh,
tough
that would
question.
no, because
I
that
thought
would
maybe-
be that's like insert any episode of a
Yeah.
kid.
I thought maybe if you had seen it, you'd
I
be
have
like,
seen
was
it,
the
but I
Enchanted-
couldn't.
Yeah,
remember.
because it was like on a banner in the back or something.
So no points there. It is a real tough question for the combo question. Now we're going to do a thing called categories with buds before you guys take off.
Categories with buds.
And this is totally random, has nothing to do with what we talked about. And we'll just go around in a circle and name one. And if you can't name one, you're eliminated. Last person standing gets 3 points. If I somehow win, which I don't think I will, I will give the points to probably Danny. All right, here we go. This is Broadway musicals. So we're just going to go around and name Broadway
We're both going to be
musicals.
equal to this because
Yeah.
I don't.
So let's see how many I can pull off. I could probably do like 5, and then we'll see how you guys do. So I'll kick it off. Go to Kristen, Danny, and back to me. My first one will be Rent. What do you got?
Gypsy.
Gypsy,
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, Mamma Mia,
Les Miserables.
Miserables,
Evita.
Cats,
Hello, Dolly.
Phantom of the Opera.
Rock of Ages,
Hamilton.
Wicked.
Hairspray,
Grease.
Ghost.
The Addams Family.
Ghost is a Broadway play?
Unfortunately.
Musical?
Yeah.
Is the Addams Family one? Didn't they do? Nathan Lane did. play
Yeah,
Gomez
I don't know that
Addams?
it's called the Addams Family, but yeah.
Oh shit! All right, Kristen.
SpongeBob.
That's a musical.
Yeah, I took my
Yeah.
daughter to see it.
Oh, interesting.
Dirty Dancing. Took my mom to see it. Almost walked out.
Oklahoma. Right? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys both looked at me like, the fuck is that?
Do we have a time limit?
A couple seconds.
Okay.
I got one more.
Man of La Mancha.
Land of La Mancha.
Carousel.
Jesus.
Carousel. Chorus line.
Celebration.
Kiss Me Kate.
Hair. You say hair? No? Yeah.
Wait, hair.
Is hair a thing?
Yeah, here's a musical.
The rock, like
Yeah.
60s rock musical?
Is it?
Hippie kind of thing?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I had more than I
Footloose.
thought. Yeah.
Do you say someone said hello, Dolly?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh God, come on.
3 seconds.
Yeah, come on.
I can't think of any more. Kristen, if you can name one
I
more,
lost
you
my
win.
game gay card on this one.
Okay.
One more, Kristen, and you win. Because I can't think of another one. And if not, I think you win anyway because you were the last one to say one.
Wait.
I still can't even think of one, and I'm still
can't
thinking.
either.
Wait,
Wait, I'm going to think of one.
Next person that names one wins.
cats.
I already
He already
it.
said it.
Oh, you said cats?
I did.
Trying to think of all the dumb ones that have been made into musicals.
How do we not think of one more? There's got to be one more. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yes.
And I'm going to
But
cash it
it's
out.
my turn.
I know, but I said next person names one.
Yeah.
Okay, you got
So
it.
Danny, I'm going to give you those 3 points.
Shit.
Help you out a little bit. So Danny, you had a final score of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 for Danny.
Made some
Kristen,
double
final score of
digits.
14. So you made double digits.
did it.
Kristen won by 4 points. Well done, guys.
Get it? That was fun.
That was awesome.
was
Thanks for
great.
doing it.
I have a question for you, Mr.
yeah.
Buds.
11 inches.
On
Done.
got my gay card back. On average, how long do you research to do that?
I woke up this morning and did this about a half hour before I left.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because
So you've
he's the
gotten good.
pro.
Yeah, it was like,
this will
that's like- that
This will
would've-
be episode 40 something. So I kind of.
Oh, wow.
I make a Evernote doc and I just replace all the names with the 3 bullet points for everybody, the 10 questions for everybody. But like Halloween, I could do off the top of my head because I feel
Right.
like I knew it a lot. For I Love Lucy, I knew maybe half off the top of my head, and then I looked up maybe 5 more.
I was gonna say that if you did not at the end,
Yeah.
I was like, if you do not mention Paul Rudd being in one of the Halloweens, you are a horrible trivia.
That's it, right? That's a good one. Guys, thanks so much for doing the show and meeting me
Thank
here in
you.
Elmhurst. Do you have anything you want to plug? People can listen to Butthurt every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tune in live and watch us on Facebook.
Love
Facebook Live,
You
the
go-
Laugh Factory, or on my page.
Or on Kristen Toomey's your personal
Yeah.
page because you go
It's
public.
it's
It's public,
public.
so you could watch it. Yeah.
And Kristen, where can people find your new special, and when will it be out?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're shopping it around.
Cool.
So
Shop,
stay
shop, shop,
tuned.
shop, shop.
And there is like a little preview clip. I
There
believe.
is a trailer up on
it's so
YouTube,
good.
and
It's so
thank
good.
you.
She's
It's
so good in it.
called, How I Felt at the Time.
Yep.
And so just search for that
Very
and
good.
my name.
It is hilarious.
Awesome.
How I felt at the time. When it comes out, which it will, I hope, within the next year, which would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
realistic, it is something to definitely look out for. It's better than 95% of the stuff on Netflix.
Very good.
Ugh.
I
Don't get me
cannot
started.
wait to see it. Thank you guys so much for being on the show, and have a good rest of your weekend.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Ryan.
buddy.
Great
Welcome
to see you.
home.
Thank you.
Quiz.
Another amazing podcast in the books, and it was Chicago style. That's right. Kristen Toomey, Danny Rhodes, two of my best buddies in Chicago. They picked great topics, didn't they? Weren't those amazing? I love when the topics are things that I'm into, and I happen to love Lucy as well as love Michael Myers, so that worked out great for me. Halloween's one of those weird things that, like, if I'm on a road trip with somebody, I love, like, if they've never seen it, I will break down the mythology of every movie because I've seen them so many times, and I grew up watching them. So those were great. Danny and Kristen are great. Make sure you look for Kristen's special coming out very soon, and Danny produced it, I hear, and those two together are a team to be reckoned with. It's time for this week's listener quiz, everybody. I ask you 3 random questions, and you just have to send me the answers in a tweet at Ryan Buds, Facebook Ryan Buds, or Trivia with Buds on Facebook, Instagram Ryan Buds, or Ryan at RyanBuds.com. Also, you can try ryanbuds@gmail.com if that's a little bit easier. And all you have to do is send me the answers to these questions, and you will be eligible to win a T-shirt from Minty Tees. That's right, our sponsor this week. Remember, use the promo code BUDS on mintytees.com for any order for 10% off. And this week, you will win a Minty Tees shirt. I don't know which one I'm going to send you. It's going to be a surprise, a novelty shirt from my friends at Minty Tees coming your way if you are picked with the right answers for this week's listener quiz. Here are the questions. It is Star Wars themed, and these are questions from my live trivia event this week. May the 4th be with you, trivia. Here's number 1 for the listener quiz. How old is George Lucas? Some people hate when I ask these age questions, but I think they are fun to try and guess. How old is George Lucas? His birthday's coming up in like a week or two. How old is he right now, George Lucas? Question number 2. What pop star almost played Jar Jar Binks? What pop star almost did their rendition of Jar Jar Binks on screen? And question 3, did The Force Awakens gross $1 billion, $2 billion, or $3 billion? I'll give you a hint. It was at least $1 billion. Was it 1, 2, or $3 billion for The Force Unleashed worldwide and total box office? Answer those 3 questions, send them to me, and be entered in a raffle to win a Minty Tees novelty T-shirt. Check out triviawithbuds.com, BUDDS. You found this show, so you could find the website very easily. Triviawithbuds.com. Go back to listen to all our old episodes. We have 40 episodes, so coming up on a year of the podcast in July. End of July will be about a year, and we have some great topics and some great guests from over the ages. There's a very good chance that I have a child actor who is all grown up now that wants to do the show, and I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to jinx it, but oh man, are you gonna love that episode if I get this person to do it. And he's got quite the story. He's been in so many different things, and you will love listening to him. So keep subscribing, keep telling people about this show. Help me make it grow into something that is amazing. And speaking of growing, we're going to be doing twice weekly episodes. So every Tuesday will be the Trivia with Bud show that you know and love. And every Thursday or Friday will be like a mini episode where it's just me asking trivia questions. It'll probably be 5 rounds with 5 different topics every single week. Sometimes we'll have guest rounds written by comedian friends of mine. And I love the format of a show called Pod Quiz. So if you're looking for more trivia, check out Pod Quiz on wherever podcasts are found. And it's a British guy, and he just reads these questions and then gives you the answers at the end. So I kind of want to do my version of that with a little bit more of the pop culture lexicon jammed into those questions. So check that out and look for future episodes. I think we might start the mini episodes right at the year mark here. So I'm going to prepare a bunch of them and then start unleashing them on you every single week. I have, what does that say? One last show at my house. That's my last bullet point on my list. I want to have one last bash at this house. As you heard, we're going to be moving out of my house in West Hills, California. I've done a bunch of monthly comedy shows in my backyard around my pool, and I would love to do one last big one before we move. Hopefully we're moving soon, but hopefully, more like 30 days instead of 60 so we can get it over and done with. But I will try and have one big last bash, and if that's something you want to come to, send me a message. And if you live in LA or you're visiting, I will definitely invite you. Thanks again for listening to this show. Thanks for telling a friend about it, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Bye-bye.